what's up, you guys? It's Anna.
And Dominique.
And we're the Code Check Chicks. You know what time it is. What's up?
Champagne o'clock.
So, we're going to be talking about relationships part 2 today.
And we're high energy because we were supposed to record Wednesday. It's Friday. I'm sorry.
The other way around.
Boo, 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 boo. What just happened in my head? We were supposed to record Friday. We are recording Wednesday.
Yes.
March 27th is today's date, in case anybody's wondering.
That's the Wednesday.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm just really happy because you know what I was thinking today? I was like, oh man, I feel like it's going to be one of those days that I'm going to just have to be on. And lo and behold, our producers are like, today you are going to have to go on. So that's what's happening today.
I love it.
Okay. So,
yeah.
But you know what? We've been talking and I think this is it's good to like, dive into what we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to be talking about relationships part 2, and it's going to be about a lot of, in-depth relationship things. And I'm going to get a little bit into it because, you want to give the shout out to
Emmeline. It was your idea to have us sit like this, and I walked in and I was like, it's perfect. It's so good. We love it. So thanks for the idea.
Yeah. And, to everyone.
It's more casual.
Right.
It feels more like what we do.
Right.
Normally.
When we go to bars and shit. Right. So it's actually fitting for us. And I think that's why she had suggested it, because she's like, this is more like your vibe.
Yes.
So just shout out to her for, being so intuitive and
supportive.
And
even caring enough to be like, I think this would look great.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
And we're growing. And we like to do new things and try new things.
Yes.
And so we're getting notes and constructive criticism left and right. And I thank you guys all for the constructive criticism. It's not like you guys are telling us what you don't like. You're saying this is what I think would be best.
Yep.
And not only that, but like you're doing it so supportively that we're like so excited to like basically please you guys.
Yes.
Literally.
We aim to please.
Yeah. So I actually posted the other day that we wanted to talk about how you guys have your own situations in life, relationship-wise, friendship-wise, and we want to talk about it.
Like desperately. And we posted a thing on the Code Check Chick story.
Yes.
We haven't had any responses yet, but we really want people to write in because we feel like there's so many people out there that probably have crazy stories.
Yeah.
We would never use your name, obviously. So if you don't want to give any, factors that give yourself away, that's fine. But give us the tea. We want to really divulge.
We want the tea because
we want the tea, but we want to help too.
Yeah. So. And I think you know what too. I think maybe we just need to give them like a little bit of what's that called when you're like. We have to give them a little bit of ourselves a little bit.
Yes, I agree.
So we just kind of have to give them that.
Gotta give a little to get a little.
You know what?
Cheers. I just made that up.
Yeah, I love that. But we're going to start today's segment with a girl's girl. What is a girl's girl?
What is a girl's girl, you ask?
Oh, what does that mean? Honestly, to me, a girl's girl is just basically being by your girl's side no matter what. Whether she stays with her man, whether she is with she's not with her man. What kind of friend are you? Are you a girl's girl or
are you the kind of girl that winds up being a girl's girl until you're with someone and then all of a sudden bye goes girl.
Oh,
and now we're a boy's butt.
Literally drives me nuts.
Too.
Oh my God. Okay. We have to talk about this.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
So are you one of those friends who literally is like, oh, me and my girlfriends, we're going to hang out and I need to be with my girls. But then like you get a boyfriend and then all of a sudden you're out like shout. Like you're like, I'm gone.
Then you're a pretend girl's girl. You're a user girl's girl.
There you go. That's a user girl's girl.
Yes.
It's like, I need my girls when I need my girls.
And then that's it. And then when I'm good, I don't need you.
Yeah.
Like, what
have
kind
you
of
ever
a friend
had that
is
happen
that?
to you?
Many times.
Thousands, I feel like.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm so good at like giving myself, like I don't care.
Yes.
But it has to end sometime. Like you're going to have to know that you got to chill.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yep. Yeah.
Have you ever confronted anybody?
No.
What? Really?
Yeah. Because I feel like the way that I look at it is like, well, that's your loss. Like now you're going to be up their ass. What happens if something happens?
Right.
Now you're going to come running back. Now you want to be a girl's girl, huh?
Yeah.
Huh, sis?
I'm always a girl's girl, and
But I always love my friends, so it's like I'm the type of person, if I'm friends with you, I really genuinely want to be close
Right.
to you. So I will
you kind of let it go. You let it slide a little bit, don't you?
I let it slide because of you being a good friend up until this point. So
That's a really nice way to look at it.
I try
And I
because-
like that. But I think after a certain time, it starts to become usy.
yes.
It's a usy thing. So are you like, I am the type of person that's like, it don't matter who I'm with, what I'm doing, whatever. But if I know you need me, I will figure a way out. It don't matter who I'm with.
Yes.
So like I can be with my significant other at the time and I can be like, you're going to have to hold on a second because they need me. You're going to have to chill. And you know, it's one of those things that if your significant other doesn't get it, then he don't get it. Then
Right.
he can sit there and he cannot get it by himself. But
But I feel like a healthy relationship, you need to have friends. Like, even if it's like,
Yeah.
babe, like, Anna's really upset. Like,
give me a second.
or you want to sit on your ass, or you want to come. You're more
Yeah.
than welcome to come. But
That is also an option.
I would love for you to come hang out with us
I
because
agree.
we're boys, girls, not girls, girls.
That's true.
Well, girly girls. You know what I meant. We're girls, girls.
We're boy girls.
We're boy girls.
We're boy girl. No, and honestly, I think that's what we are. It's just because I think it's just because we can adhere to everybody's
But that's
like,
why it's
feelings
important
and
to
their
be in a
personalities.
relationship with somebody that is like that.
Yeah.
I could hang out with everybody like I can because,
Yeah.
like, things like that. Like, I would want you to be a part of, like, my friend is sad and you're just sitting here and I'm going to go out. Come out. Screw it.
Listen,
Or let
100%
me go do
agree.
my thing too. You know
Right.
what I mean? Either way.
Right. And
I'm down with either one, but I want you to at least someday pick one or the other.
right. No, I've had guy friends who like I made friends with because of my girlfriends, and when I tell you, like, they always are like, "Pfft, can you talk to your girl for me? And I'm like, I don't, that's not why I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here for both. And if I can help both, then I'm going to do that. I'm not going to be like, side with you. But I'm always that type of person that I'm going to see both sides of everything. I play the devil's advocate card like so hard.
Yep.
Because I have to be that person. Because if I'm not that person, then it's going to be like all mayhem.
But
And
here's
not
the
only that,
problem.
I don't like when the guy's like, you see, this is why I don't like so-and-so coming around. That's why I don't do that. Because if you don't see both sides,
Yeah.
then you're always going to be that girl that they never want to talk
So,
to again.
The problem with being that for a couple really is muddy water. Because I
It's-
already told you
yeah.
about a really screwed up situation very
Yeah.
close to home for me.
Yeah.
That I was always gone to for advice and
Yeah.
this and that. And now all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
It's completely in the dark. But
Yeah.
now I'm the one that is cut off because it's like they don't want to face what they're really going through, and
Yeah.
instead they just push it onto you.
Yeah, like it's
easy
your
to blame.
problem.
Yeah, for real.
It's giving insecurity.
Oh my, no, completely. But it's something that will unravel an entire family. So, oh yeah.
And here's the
And
thing.
that's, I mean, and I'm saying it like, I don't mean to, I sound like, it's gonna, like I'm really delivering the tea here.
Yeah.
But like when push comes to shove, yeah, I have that anger behind me because it's like, I literally was there for you through everything.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Right.
And now you're
Oh.
gonna turn around and be like, you wanted get out of here.
You know what? You're just reminding me of
Get
a
the hell outta
situation of
here.
a muddy water situation, and I was in this situation, and it wasn't even on purpose. It was kind of like I was in.
Sis, I don't want your man. No one wants your man but
Not-
you. Okay?
And here's the thing.
No one wants your man but you.
But I will say though, there are some women out there that play that other card.
But
though.
in this scenario.
No. Not. Oh yeah. In your scenario,
Yeah,
you could have
that's
given a
wild.
rat's ass about that guy because to you it was kind of like another
fuckwad.
It was like a brother. It was like a brother to you at that point. Like it just wasn't for you.
Yes.
Even if that was the case, like even so, how I see my best girlfriend's significant others, I literally see them. I'm like, brother,
Yes, that's how I feel.
like ick, like and I it's just embedded in me. Like I'm like, ugh. Like not like bad, you're ugly
since
or
I'm
anything,
little.
but like right, it's not even like
It's
that.
girl
just,
code.
It's girl code. That's it.
Plain and simple.
You're a girl's girl.
So I just talked to Casey on the phone the other day. I was just telling you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give it away to her before we started talking because I'm like, I already feel like we're recording. So I was telling her I was talking to Casey. Shout out to Casey. And she was like, yeah, well, you guys, what, your sisters, because my sisters are twins. She's like, what, your sisters never made out with the same people? And I'm like, no. She was like, because her and my other, like, they used to, when we were younger in high school, they're the pool of people. So you wound up sometimes making out with your friends, people that they made out with. But it's like, I was never.
College days.
No. But that was so not
Triple
me.
kiss.
No, but that couldn't never be me. It couldn't. It couldn't, unless it was some kind of, first of all, definitely not if they were with the person.
Oh, no.
No, but she was saying that she was like, "You never made out with somebody I made out with," and I was like, "No,
God, I
that's
hope
girl
not.
code."
Yeah.
I was like, "Case, I would
trying
never
to be
make out with
comfortable,
somebody that
sorry.
you're my best friend. I would never do that to you."
Yeah.
because that's like muddy.
Yeah, it can get muddy.
Yeah,
It can get muddy.
but her and Casey apparently used to make out. Look, it was just like one of those things. It was like circles, like a big group of guy friends and a big group of girlfriends.
Yeah.
So
It can
if
get-
you
I
didn't
mean-
wind up dating them seriously, like I could see how that could happen. But just me personally,
Yeah.
I never could do it.
You know, it's happened to me. Like, where, but I was so young and I was so like,
Yeah.
and you don't realize, like, just because you're talking to a guy, that doesn't mean he's your boyfriend.
Exactly.
And I didn't realize that like till much later in life, and I made like the biggest mistake. And so
What did you do, bitch?
you know,
Anna gonna steal your man.
I didn't, and that wasn't what it was. It was just like I just, you know, when you talk to a guy, you just think, okay, I'm talking to the guy, right?
So they're not talking to anyone else.
Right.
Why would they?
Right. And then lo and behold, they're like talking to 12 other girls,
Right.
and you're
in
like,
you're in the Rolodex.
yeah, I'm just part of that.
Yeah.
And when you find out you're like,
In the
part of
Rolodex.
that, right, you're like just one of these bitches. It's like, oh, okay, then why is my friend part of that?
Yeah.
But it's when your friend knows. It's when they knowingly know they're
Yes.
a part of it. Like, I told you about this guy, and then 10 days later, you're with him. That's weird to
Yeah.
me. And I used to have a friend like that. Like, every time I liked a guy, if I was no longer interested, for some reason, she was dating him 3 days later. And I was just so fucking confused by it.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not going to tell you who I like anymore.
Yeah.
Because you just apparently like everything I like.
Which that sucks, but I have to say, that's one thing. That's why our conversation was funny. It was never like that with each other, like within our friends group. Like I said, I didn't, but because, you know, you live in a small town, it's not that big.
Yeah.
You know, you wind up hooking up with people that your friends have hooked up with before.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it's like an ex-boyfriend or something like that, you can't touch that. Like, that's just my personal opinion. Because, like, if you're close enough to that person, like, that would be like me dating, or you, vice versa.
Yeah.
Dating one of my exes because I'm not with them. Like, that's
Yeah.
not normal. I don't care if you're with someone else.
I remember I was dating this guy for like a while. And we just, man, it just wasn't working. And don't get me wrong, I had so much love for him. I couldn't, for whatever reason, grasp the relationship. Like, me and him just would never see eye to eye. We'd just fight
Yeah.
all the time. But we just had so much love for each other. We break up months later, maybe like a year, if that. And so I date this guy his sister was like hooking up with. And I didn't know the extent of it, because when she would tell me, I just hook up with him every so often. He's like nothing, blah, blah, blah.
Right. So, like, you're
And
not
so-
serious with him, but I actually might be interested.
might
So
be-
why wouldn't, if
Right.
he's not a thing, then...
Well, the
Yeah.
reason why I didn't mind pursuing it was because there was one night we were all together and we just came out from hanging out. We're in the living room, blah, blah. And she literally, in front of everybody,
Oh, no.
was just like, the only reason I tolerate you is because of my brother. And so I said, got it. I just took that, put it in the bank, left it there, and kept it pushing. So I just didn't say anything.
She stole her man.
No, and then like year later, I didn't even know. I didn't put two and two together till much later.
Wow.
Because so I never saw the guy ever. So he would only come like after hours.
Right.
So I never saw him.
Right.
And so I didn't put two and two together.
It was a mistake.
It was an honest mistake. But then like, did I have to stop pursuing it? No, because fuck it. Because you weren't my friend. Remember?
Yes.
Remember, you only tolerated me because I was with your brother.
Yep.
So how about
You don't have any
care to-
allegiance to your ex's siblings.
I
Sorry.
don't have any allegiance to anybody who tells me that they tolerate me for my boyfriend. So if you only tolerated me for my boyfriend, I only tolerated it at that point, and then we could have cut. I'm sorry, and could have cut ties and kept
I'm
it
sorry.
pushing. Sorry, Cup. We can cut ties at that point, right? You cut ties with me. You never spoke to me again. Not a problem. And now you have a problem because I'm dating the guy you were hooking up with. Have a good night.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Have a great night. Don't even just have a good night.
Have a
great night.
But neither here nor there at that point. I just think that it was funny because me and him were like dating, and my ex was like, I get it. She didn't even like you. Why does
Yeah.
she care?
Right.
And I was like, it's because she didn't
Meanwhile,
like
your
me.
ex doesn't even give a shit.
Yeah, so my ex was like, I was like, you need to talk to your sister, figure that out.
Get your girl on lock because
Yeah.
she needs to relax.
Right. And so as much as I would have loved to put my girl's girl card with her, because
I was out of funds that day.
I was literally
I was clean out.
She cleaned me out
Yep.
the day that she told me she only tolerated
Yep.
me. So girl's girl I think only applies when you're actually friends with that girl.
Yep.
But it does apply when you know that a guy has a girlfriend.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So there's rules, right?
A lot of rules. Are
There's
you
a lot of
following?
fucking rules. Yeah, are you guys following? There's a lot of rules
Yes.
that apply to this. So if you know a guy has a girl, then maybe you shouldn't touch that.
Yes.
I think where it gets hairy is that the guy is the middleman
Yes.
and you never know what's happening here.
Yep.
So you always think this is the truth,
Yep.
when it's not the truth at all.
It's a man, for God's sake.
So you're just going by what they're saying. And it took me a long time for me to be like, okay,
When everybody starts saying their exes are crazy, like, oh, this one's crazy, that one's crazy, this one, that's a red flag.
that's a red flag. And I think
What did you, like Dave
was so
Chappelle,
naive.
once again.
Yeah.
Well, what did you do
Right.
to make her crazy?
Right.
Because I don't know, there's a lot of crazy people out there, but 9 out of 10 times there is an action to the crazy reaction. So,
I will say, I was 29, 28, turning 28, turning 29. And it was a really odd year for me. A lot happened. And yes, it isn't, to me, I'm giving it an excuse because that
Yes.
was my excuse. That
Yeah.
was my reasoning for
Yes.
doing what I did. And I didn't care who I hurt. I didn't care what I did. I didn't care where I was. I didn't care about none of that.
I'm jealous because I've never been in that place.
Listen.
It must be very
It was a
freeing
blur.
for a minute.
It was a blur.
Yeah, but just admit it.
It was free. I will say that even when I was trying to be better,
Yeah.
the minute I was trying to be better, it was like somebody triggered me to like go left, and I was like, everybody gets it.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't one of those things that I only went for one. I went for everyone.
Yes.
And it took me a very long time. And, thank God listen, this is my growth and this is my truth. This is what I went through. And I know I hurt someone else. And
What's what's the most out of character thing that you did that you would say during that spiral?
I dated.
Ooh, wasn't that a great interview question?
That was,
Wow.
that could, guys.
I amaze myself. That's my journalism background. Shout out Hofstra University.
I started dating someone who I thought, look, at the time, supposedly he wasn't with anybody.
Supposedly.
I mean, granted, I was spiraling.
Yeah.
So you could have told me the earth was flat and I would have been like, sure. Well, you want to go travel it?
Let's jump off of it.
I at that point just didn't care. And so I literally I wanted to be in love. I wanted love because I was just going through so much crap.
Yeah.
And I remember the guy that I was telling you about, I really, really liked him. And I really cared about him. And he did me so dirty.
They always do.
And I wanted to get over it and past it. And normally I'm so good at that. Like I can detach so easily.
I can't.
I can. I have no problem.
So
I can.
jealous.
It could be off. I'll turn it off. I have
I'm
no
so
problem
jealous.
turning it off. But for whatever reason, I couldn't turn it off with him, and it was pissing me off.
Yeah.
And so
It's very frustrating.
I
Because
met
you want to hate him.
right, and I couldn't.
I want to hate your ass.
I really couldn't. And then when you meet someone who puts you in a position who makes you not think about that person, and you were spiraling, you kind of just like you clinch.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're really into it, but I'm just cracking myself up
What?
because I'm reminding myself of the meme when it's like my best friend could say she did anything and go to jail, and I'll be like, as you should. As I'm just sitting here like,
And I just, whatever he said, it didn't matter. I
Yep.
said, okay, sure. Okay, yep.
Yep.
You said that. I believe you. Oh, she's crazy. Yep.
Must be.
Crazy. She must be crazy.
gotta be
Like-
Bozo the Clown, crazy.
and I believed it. And so, it was one of those things that I till this day will always say, if I had made a better decision then, I probably would be in a better position now. But I don't
everything
know if that's
happens
true.
the way it's supposed to. I truly believe that.
I really don't believe that. Like, I believe that. What I'm saying,
No,
I
I know
don't
what you meant.
believe that if I made a different decision.
That you would be in a different place.
Right. And I think that's why I'm here talking about it, because there are some girls out there that are like, they're still beating themselves up about it. And it's like, damn, girl, like, you were in a crap position. Forgive yourself. And if you ever see that person out, just apologize and don't hold that grudge. And if I ever see that person out, I would love to be like, listen, I wish I was better. Not for just you, but for myself. And I wish if I was better for myself, I would never have made that decision. I would have been better. But I wasn't wise.
Well,
I wasn't wise. I didn't know anything. I mean, yes, I did, but like, I didn't care because of how hurt I was. And I just didn't have like that constant support that I have now. And, not that like my sisters weren't there for me, because they were.
Yes.
But we weren't like that type of family back then to tell each other that,
don't do that.
Yeah, we weren't. But like me and my sisters, we weren't that type of family until like a couple of years back. Now I can tell them like, I did this.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's walk us through it. And it's
But
different
in a
now.
non-judgmental way.
In a non-judgmental way. But then back then, my family is very like, if you did it,
Yep.
take care of it.
Yep.
And don't talk about it.
Yep.
And I thought that's how it was. But it's not. My sisters were like, why didn't you just talk about it to us? We would have helped you handle it then. And I just didn't realize that that's where I went wrong.
Yes.
Is that I didn't trust my sisters
I'll tell
enough.
you, but that's because you're the youngest child.
Ugh.
That's why.
It's giving. It's giving.
It's giving youngest child vibes
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
I fucked up. And I will say that. Like, I wish I hate to say, I need to stop saying I wish. Because
I wish. That's from what the fuck is that? Into the Woods. Into the woods, it's time to go. Don't want to leave. I have to though.
You're like this. You're the soundtrack of my life. Honestly,
I am.
I feel like
if you want to just hire me to walk behind you like a jukebox.
But I think that's where I went wrong.
Yeah.
I just literally let loose.
Yeah.
I let loose.
But I feel like
And I didn't care who I hurt. I was not a girl's girl.
See, I would let loose.
I was a shit girl.
No, but I would let loose. And then I have to say, I've never done anything that things that I've made mistakes that I'm like, oh, that's so embarrassing. I shouldn't have done that. But like nothing that was catastrophic. And it's like, there have been so many times that people have done really shitty, messed up things before. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like people are not nearly as forgiving if I make a mistake than if they do.
Right. Like,
because I'm a very if I care about you, it takes a lot for me to it takes a lot for me to be mad enough to not talk to you.
Even
again.
if I don't care about you, if you said you're sorry and you sat me down and we had a conversation, and
I would be okay.
You were cordial and you were, first of all, if you were a woman about it,
Yes.
I'm over it.
Yes.
Because I would rather stick with a woman more than anything. But I feel like if you want to fight, if you want to argue back and forth with me and not
Take ownership.
take ownership for your behavior, now you're going to get a part of me you don't
I can
like.
count on three fingers here
Yeah.
off the top of my head in the past year that I have done that and never ever got an apology back. Nor did I really expect one at all. But at the same token, I just don't get it. I really don't.
You're not going to get it. You're not supposed to
and
get
don't ever
it.
give you the same grace.
You're
It's
never-
like,
you're
meanwhile,
never
you're the
gonna
one
get
that
it.
should be apologized. I care about this relationship enough to do this.
Yeah.
Like to apologize and take the ownership, even if I haven't done anything.
You're never going to get it. You're not supposed to get it.
Yes.
It's not for you to get. It wasn't
right.
your lesson to
You're
learn.
right, you're right.
It was it's their lesson to learn.
Yeah,
Just like
you're right.
it was just my lesson to learn. And
Yeah.
listen, I believe in karma. So when it happened back to me, I was just like, I deserve it. And I took it at the chin. I was like, this is what I get because
I'm really glad I live my
Yeah.
life. I just realized
Yeah.
I do very much live my life like, well, would that hurt my feelings?
Yeah.
And I have to say, I feel
because
like
you
it's
put
quicker
yourself
as
in
you
other
get
people's
older.
shoes.
I try
Yeah,
to.
that's what it is. I mean, that's what we. But that's why you
As
and
much as possible, like-
right? And that's who I am. Like I put myself in other people's position. I mean, at the time I didn't, but when it happened back to me, I took it at the chin and I said, "Deserve that one." But I did. But I believe that, like, everything is a full circle. And so when it comes back around, it comes back around. And I will say that that's why I think I behave better for my girlfriends because
Yeah.
I never want them to ever feel like that. I never want them to feel like they can't be trusted with me. Like I
how I
want
feel.
them to know that I will do better for you.
And even if you mess up and you own up to it and you say,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not like obviously making out with your man or like sleeping with your man or something. I'm not saying you're not a girl's girl. You're not a friend.
At that point,
I'm talking
you
something
are
little,
home.
like you said something or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Maybe that was inappropriate. If you
Sure.
apologize for it,
Yeah.
and they know your heart,
Yeah.
then if they cut you off, then they don't know your heart.
Right.
And then they never really knew you.
Yeah.
Because how could you think I would do something like that
Yeah.
intentionally to hurt you? I would die
Right.
before I did that.
Right.
When I care about someone.
Well, here's the thing. If they did cut you off, it's because that's how they always felt.
True.
Truth, Brom. Oh.
Why was my arm like chicken
leg. I mean, I will say that's one of the reasons why I try to be better every day because I always say this too, like to anybody. It's like, you know what? You may not have felt the karma yet,
It's coming.
but it'll
Shall
probably
we
skip.
coming around
Yeah.
the mountain.
It'll
which
skip you
come.
and it'll do it to someone you love and you'll watch it. And
Yes.
watching it is worse than going through it because at least when you go through it, you're like, I can handle it.
Yeah.
I can handle this. I've been through this. I got
Yep.
it. But when you watch someone go through it, it's like painful because it's like, okay, I did this to someone else. How do I give this advice? And
Yeah.
how are they going to forgive me after they're going through this?
Yes.
And that's the worst part. I think watching someone go through it rather than you go through it is harder. That's
Yes.
why I would rather take on the pain before any of my friends. Like if I could take on the pain, I would, because I know I can. And if that was the case, then I would do it. But that's not my journey. It's their journey, and that's why they have to go through this pain.
And we love that journey for you. On that note, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back in a little bit.
Solo buenas vibras. Solo buenas vibras. Por aquí. Por Latino Mix. Por Latino Mix. Dale play a tu bocina.
Welcome back to the Coach Chicks. I'm Dominique. I'm Anna. Beautiful. And we were just talking about how we love that journey for our friends.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
the girl journey is
Yeah.
what it is. But
So here's my question for you.
Yeah.
girl's girl,
Yeah.
but we do this to each other. Like I was just saying before, like when your friend is talking about committing a crime and you're like, as you should.
Yeah.
Like, if you're the kind of friend that encourages bad behavior, like that's not. I was gonna say that's me,
Right.
but it's not. It's just like when I'm out drinking and I'm like, let's go, like, come on, we're going to this place, we're going to that
but
place.
that's different. You're encouraging like let's chill together and have a good time. I'm talking about like if we're encouraging bad behavior, right? So you're a girl's girl, cool, but then you're like, it's all right because he's hot.
Yeah.
That's bad behavior.
Yeah, true.
You're encouraging bad behavior.
No, I can't. Could you?
No, I don't think that's enough. And honestly, I always say this and people think it's so weird, but I'm like, you could be literally Brad Pitt. And if your
That
attitude,
don't impress her much.
yeah, no, dead ass. But like, it's just, if you're Brad Pitt, but your attitude sucks, like everything sucks to me.
Don't get me wrong, yeah, she thinks you're all right. That won't keep her warm in the middle of the night. That don't impress Anna much.
You're supposed to be a girl's girl the whole way.
Yes.
It doesn't matter
Completely.
what he looks like.
Although, when
what
your
he can
girl-
offer you. Oh, the weird thing is when they're like,
What if she's in a
"He's
spiral
rich."
stage? What if she's in a spiral stage? Like, what if she's like, I need to get out.
That's how
I
you
need
help.
to,
That's how you help.
by not being in the.
By
Don't
not
let her
giving bad
spiral.
behavior. Don't let her spiral, man. Don't let her spiral.
Don't do it, Sandra.
Sit her ass down. Like, I wish, like, okay, my friend were like,
Why did I say Sandra?
why do you have to do that? You shouldn't have to. You're great. And I'm like, I wish someone sat me down like, bitch, I'm not going to be your friend anymore if you do this. And then I would have been like, oh, maybe I would have changed. But I
No,
feel like,
that's no. But we
That's
just said
not
when you're a
excessive. I
girl's
feel like-
girl, when you're a girl's girl, you always stand by your friend. So you're not gonna be like,
no,
I
man,
ain't
fuck
talking
that.
to you.
No, man, fuck that. I think that's what I
No,
learned.
fuck that.
That's what I learned is that if and you know what's so funny?
And
is
you
that-
gonna learn today.
Well, you know what too? I like authoritative figures. But if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. And that's a Jill Scott.
Yeah, so true.
It's a Jill Scott
It
saying.
took me a minute. My brain was like, carry the 4.
Because, you know, and look, a lot of my girlfriends are very strong-willed women. And if they told me, like, listen, I cannot be your friend if you keep doing this, I think I would have reevaluated my life. But my friends were they're such good friends that they're like, we still love you, man.
Yeah.
We're here for you if you need it. And like, I shouldn't say that. That's silly because I'm not going to put that type of pressure on them. That's not their fault. They're such good people that it's not their place. They
Yes.
shouldn't have to do, first of all, you shouldn't have to be like,
What are you,
I'm
my
not-
mom?
Right.
Right.
I'm not going to be your friend anymore.
Yeah.
But it's because I value their relationship so much.
play with you anymore.
And honestly, that's kind of like what I needed. I needed the biggest kick in the ass.
Yeah.
And, you know, because my friends are such good people and they're very stern, they're very like to the point, but I think they were a little afraid to tell me what time it was because I was fucking out of my damn mind. Like
Yeah.
I was out to lunch. I didn't care about
was out
nothing.
to
Lunch, breakfast, dinner, snacks. The whole fucking bit.
Midnight snack.
Midnight
Forget
snacks
about
on
that
top of that.
one.
Oh, forget it.
On top of that one.
I'll forget it. So like, I think that, you know, as a woman, I should have, you know, taken better care of that. And,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not going to lie to you. I did have a lot of bad behaviors that were like, yeah, go for it, man. Like,
Yeah.
And I was like, sure. Okay. You said so.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Want to go on a ride? Sure, let's go.
Yeah, that was kind of like what it was.
That
And-
was what was going on upstairs.
Yeah, there's a lot going up there. But
Every time you had a bad idea, it was Ken. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Ken. That was you.
Yeah. I was ready to go. I was literally ready to go. So like bad behavior on your friends, and do you encourage it or do you tell them like it's not okay?
Yeah.
It's not okay because it's not okay. Like
Yeah.
tell your friends it's not fucking okay. It's okay to tell them that. And if they get mad at you for telling them it's not okay, cool off. You'll be back. You'll be okay.
But the problem is, so that goes into like the next thing we wanted to talk about, ultimatums in relationships. Not necessarily even just romantic relationships, but friendships. And like I've never given an ultimatum, but I feel like the ultimatum is when we're going back and forth in dialogue and
Yeah.
you literally are throwing profanities and saying everyone hates you. Blah, blah, blah,
Okay,
da,
that's
da,
a
da.
little much.
No, but I'm saying.
But like I'm saying, that's heavy.
But that's me trying to set a boundary. Even I'm trying to set a boundary and you can't handle that and you shut down, then that means you're not a good friend. So
That's not
the
cool.
boundaries are actually very necessary because
Yeah.
the real friends stick around. The other ones start to drop off.
Right, and
That's what
I mean, they
happens.
can leave. I don't care.
Same.
I have friends that are just, you know, they know what time it is, and it's funny because my sisters, they tell me what time it is. So I go to their house, and if you see me around them, they're like, you're definitely the little sister.
Yeah.
You are definitely the little sister, because when I go around them, they take care of me, and I'm
Aw.
like. It's so funny because like I'll go out with my sister. I'm like, oh, I like that. It's so cute, blah, blah, blah. And I remember I did that not too long ago. I was out with my sister.
And
I was
let me
like,
guess,
oh, I
she
love
bought it for you.
She wanted to buy it for me. The bag was like this exorbitant amount of money. And I was like, no, I just like it. It's fine. And she's like, but you like it. And I'm like,
Oh, it's not about that.
yeah. And so she's like, listen, you're my baby sister. And I'm like, almost cried in the damn mall.
Yeah.
But like, it was just, I couldn't let her do that because I'm also not the type of person that I like to take gifts, mean gifts,
I have a
not
very
friends.
hard time. You know what it is? Because I
like to give them. I don't like to take them.
Okay, my problem is with gifts is I like to be thoughtful,
Yeah.
but I wish that I was in a position to get somebody something that they really wanted at the drop of a hat.
A girl can dream.
Yeah.
A girl can dream.
Like, then I feel like I would love gift giving. The reason I don't love gift giving right now is because I don't have the money to do that.
Yeah, I get
so
it.
I feel like I would be the most generous person in the world if I had, and I'm more stingy, not stingy, I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. I
You're
don't
definitely
feel
not
as
stingy.
generous, but it's because like, I wish I could be.
You know, my sister said it to me so many times, and she would always say to me, she's like, you're here. That's all I care about.
Aw, yeah, that's how I feel.
My sisters are, I love them.
Aw.
I do. And even the ones that I don't talk to often, like, I miss them. And I love our relationships, but, you know, it's funny because, like, even when I told you, when Dulce gave me that ultimatum, that's why I'm telling you, that's why I needed that, because it worked. And when she did that to me, it made me grow up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a short spin. And then I spiraled. And then, you know, my other sister had to kind of pick me up by my bootstraps and, you know, help me and fix me a little bit. But it was just, you know, the ultimatums in any relationship, sometimes you have to
you know,
give
you
it to
keep
them.
talking about this crazy ass shit that you did. I would love to know what it was. I don't even know.
I told you that, like, I had, like, dated. I told you in the beginning of this conversation when that,
yeah.
and I just wish that someone freaking shook the hell out of me and was like, "You and I will not be friends if you don't fix this."
Yeah.
But also, too, we were all growing.
Yes.
So they had their own shit.
Yeah.
So first of all, they should not be worrying about a grown ass adult. You know,
Yes.
I pay my own bills. I had my own place. Like, I'm favor, please. Like, you grow up, girl. If you can't handle yourself, there's nothing I can do.
But then
about
there's
it.
people that message you and they're like, and this is somebody that's no longer in my life, like, you aren't even asking me how I am over Ribbles. I'm going back to fucking Ribbles. Over Ribbles. You haven't even checked in to see how I'm doing.
I will say my friends are not needy.
Well, all
They're
my needy
not
ones,
needy.
they're going, boo, boo, boo. See ya.
My
Because
friends are not needy.
I'm sorry, I don't
My
have
friends
the
aren't
patience
needy.
anymore. I've been through so much shit.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I'm learning so much and I'm trying, you know, I'm digging myself out of the trenches that, sorry, go to freaking therapy.
Yeah,
If you need
figure
somebody
it
to tell
out.
you, I'm so sorry, what's going on, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying as a good friend, you should be there for someone, but this is somebody that had no actual real life problems and then
Yeah.
you're going to come to me and cry over Ribbles? No.
You know, you just remind me of
Fuck, oh my God. And Ribbles was old, okay?
Ripples was old.
Ribbles was on his way out.
This neediness, and I was just, I don't know if have you watched Love Is Blind?
I have, I didn't have time.
Okay, so there's an episode that,
But I did, I have watched, I just didn't watch a season.
so this
Yeah.
season specifically, and I have to talk about it because I'm so tired of like seeing all these like posts.
Okay.
So there's a girl named
Megan
Jessica.
Fox?
Yeah.
I knew it.
And you know what? Fine. Chelsea, she, whatever. I don't really care about that. That's not even what I'm concerned about. Because when I watch her TikToks and I watch her Instagrams, honestly, I'd be her friend.
Yeah.
I really like her. What I didn't like was that Jessica and Laura conspired.
Well, girls are mean.
Hold on, it gets better. They conspire because Laura tells Jessica that Chelsea and Jimmy are on the rocks. So Jessica pretty much says, "Do I have a chance?" And Laura looks at her like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you do." And so she conspires, and it's a whole it's a 20-minute basic.
Wow.
Maybe I'm dragging it. It's probably 10 minutes, but it was 10 minutes of her talking about how she has a chance, right? And then she talks to the producers like,
So you're saying there's a chance?
yeah. Yeah, so she sits there and she's like outside and she's talking to the producers and she's like, there's a chance. And so the reunion happens and they are attacking Sarah Ann. They're attacking this girl, coming for her. They're not being a girl's girl.
Sarah
at all.
Ann?
Her name is Sarah Ann.
Could we just, no offense, pick a name, Sarah or Ann?
Ann.
That's not one of those names that you do that with.
So we look, right? So
Like
Sarah
Deborah Lynn. Come on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that shit
Lynn.
annoys me.
Just, is it Mariah or is it Lynn?
But I like Emmeline, I have to tell you. It flows very nice.
Is that a one name?
Emmeline.
Oh,
Your niece.
Emmeline is a one name though.
Yes.
That's one. It's
That's
not
what I'm saying.
Emma.
Deborah hyphen Ann.
Right. So, okay, back to the story.
Sorry.
So Sarah,
shit makes me
so
so-
basically what happened was that Laura was dating Jimmy. I'm sorry, Laura was dating Jeremy. Jeremy. Oh, this girl calls him Jeremy on Instagram and it's hilarious. She calls him Jeremy, so we're gonna call him Jeremy. And so she's talking to Jeremy and she's like, "Oh, you're a dirtbag, you're a jerk," because he hangs out with Sarah Ann till 5 o'clock in the morning and they're decent talking or whatever. And so Sarah Ann's like, "That's all we did, blah blah blah." And she goes, "No, the point is that you message him and you say to him, 'Hey, look, listen, I really cared about you, I really liked you, but here's my thing. If you guys don't work out, I'm here."
Yeah.
Cool. Jeremy goes, "Oh, he just likes it. He just likes her message, blah, blah, blah." Keeps it moving. And then he finds a way to talk to her and hang out with her.
Uh-huh.
And that whole thing happens. Fine, no big deal. So this whole episode happens. They confront each other, blah, 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 blah. What I don't like is that they attack Sarah Ann from sending a message, okay, and hanging out with Jeremy, whatever. They hang out, okay, but they have to remember, you guys known each other for 2 weeks.
Right.
You don't know each other. Literally, you're not friends. You're not pals.
Yes.
You didn't even like each other in the freaking show.
Yes.
Okay? You hated each other. Whether it's a girl's girl situation, the point is that she told him straight out, whatever happens with you two, cool. If it doesn't happen, I'm here.
No offense,
Cool.
that's allowed.
I feel like that's allowed because
Completely.
how are you guys dating on the show?
Yes.
And then you're mad about her talking to him afterwards.
Correct.
Everybody knows what the deal is, what
Yes.
time it is, right? Cool. That's the time. They attack Sarah and Jessica. First of all, you ain't got it, man. I don't even know why you're even on.
You ain't got him, man.
She's not even.
Why
she's not
she
even-
make it to the reunion?
No, I want to know why she was on it because she didn't have a man, but she wanted her moment. Fine, have
Of
your moment.
course.
And so, she's sitting there, Chelsea's on Chelsea to my daughter. And I'm like, shut up, shut the fuck up. I really want to tell her, shut the fuck up. Are you joking? Are you joking? Like, are your friends not telling you that you were wrong no matter what? And
No.
so they confront her on the show, but it was like 30 seconds of it. "Oh, I already said I was sorry off camera, blah, blah, blah." No, that doesn't count.
Oh,
Say it now.
hell no.
In front of everybody because you just attacked
Yup.
this girl.
You dragged her through the mud.
Drag yourself too.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of it. So when we're talking about being a girl's girl and you're sitting here attacking someone for it, when you did it yourself is mind-blowing.
Get a freaking mirror, girl. Look in it. See it. It's you. On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tune in next week for, I think what are we doing next week?
We're doing a lot of stuff. So, actually, we got some people who wrote into us and called us and told us they wanted a friendship part 2.
Oh, cool.
So they want us to talk about friendships because obviously this is like, you know, relationship, you know, episode, but they want us to talk about friendships because I think people have realized that they're not in relationships anymore and that friendships are building more these days.
Yep.
So they want to talk more about it.
Okay, I
and
like
so just like we were talking about a girl's girl, we
Yep.
can probably just drag it on to that.
Yep.
But I think at that point, if you guys want to come on the show and you guys want to like,
Literally, come on.
no, and
I already had a few people, so we'll talk because I already had a few people. On that note, thank you so much. I am Dominique.
and I'm Anna.
And we are the Coat Check Chicks. Please check us out on YouTube every Monday night at 7 p.m. Latino Mix with 2 X's Radio.
And you can download our app, and it's Latino Mix Radio. Okay, it's on Apple, it's on Android, so you're able to download.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.